Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to this live streaming. So, a live event. Expect the unexpected. That's what I can say. So, my name is Bruno Martinho. I'm working as a developer advocate here at OutSystems. And well, today's session it's going to be a long one. And my goal, personally, I think it's to understand a little bit better what tools do we have out there, to help us in this Gen AI hype that we're living. Let's see if this is really a hype or if this is it's the real deal. So we have been hearing a lot of different names coming out to the market with some solutions, and one of the most common names that I've been hearing it's Lovable. I don't know if you have also heard about it, but I'm really curious, and this is actually a challenge that was um, addressed to me. So I really tried to not look for any information, any documentation about Lovable. So I know what they do, but I don't know how it works. What are the all the potential. So what I'm going to be doing is I will be exploring. I think I will, at least for my side, I'm expecting a lot of wows moments. I think we're seeing a pretty new technology. So Gen AI has a lot of power, so it's gonna surprise for sure. But also, it's gonna be complicated in some times because I don't know what I'm doing. And let's see if I'm able, with the knowledge that I have, to build something. So my goal is to explore Lovable, of course, and see what comes out of that. So it's going to be a long process. I'll probably mumble a little bit. I'll be talking to myself, but well, this is going to be a long session. So wherever you can check, just keep going. If not, feel free to leave and come back later. I'll probably be here. So let me start by going. First thing is, let me share my screen. Okay, let me go to where everything starts, right? Let's go to Google. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, cool. So let's look at for Lovable. Okay, so this is going to be a real exploration. So I've been, like I said, I've been controlling myself to not look for it. Okay, so I'm seeing that, well, the claim is to build an application in seconds, right? I can see that we have the possibility to have a prompt here, probably attach files, import from Figma seems interesting, and also some concept about being public. Maybe I need to check what this means. So I'll try to read a little bit the manual start before I start building something. So describe what you want to build in natural language. Then it will be a version. Then I can talk to the editor to design and extend your project, and then share my project. Okay. Okay, so build high quality software without writing code. Okay. Simply describe your idea and watch it transform. Okay, that's interesting. And well, the claims of faster development, prompt to edit. Okay, interesting. And you own the code, so everything that Lovable builds is yours. Sync your code base to GitHub and edit any code editor. Okay, cool. Okay, so without reading much more about, well, let's not click the learn here. It's not the developer way, right? So let's start building an application. So what would be a new good idea to build an application? So I think, well, maybe I want to build an application I want an app to help me what? Usually applications, right? We kind of need them for everything to solve problems that we have. What is the okay? Well, I have one. Well, I have one idea. Well, it might not be the most interesting one in the world, but let's see what it can do. Because my problem or my challenge is not a very big problem, but it's so I'm trying to keep up a meal plan. Okay, so because of the things that I need to eat to be more healthy, so I'm trying to plan in advance my meals, and I realized that something that gives me a lot of result is to have like 1 week or 2 weeks of meals predefined. You know what I'm gonna have for dinner, what I'm gonna have for lunch, because it helps me control not only what's being cooked, but not going to the safe path of Uber Eats or something like that, and eating junk foods, right? So let's see if Lovable can help me on that. So I want to help me manage my meals, my meal plans. So the idea or the goal. So I'm thinking as I'm typing. Okay, so this can take a little bit. So the goal for the app is to let me um, manage with 1 or 2 weeks what will be the lunch and the dinner for each day. Okay. Okay. Well, let's give the prompt a little bit more context. I'm doing this because I need to keep an healthy diet, because I really need to control my blood sugar levels. Okay, cool. So I want to manage the lunch and the dinner for each day. Okay, it is important for me at least to uh, to what's the word in English, to not alternate, uh, to change between meat, fish, and vegetarian meals during the week. Focus on having soup, main course, and for example, and fruit. Okay, so I'm trying. So I'm spilling what I'm thinking. So it's important to change between meat, fish, and vegetarian meals during the week. Focus on having soup. Yes, that's it. What I would like to see is, okay, I would like to see my schedule in a calendar format that I can. Let's push this. So okay, like I said, I haven't tested this before. Let's push this to see what we can do. Let's schedule mine in a calendar photo format that I can see the week view or the daily view. Well, one of it's I haven't started. This is like a normal IT project, right? So I haven't started yet, and I'm already thinking, oh, maybe then this could generate my grocery store list. So when I go to the grocery store, I already know what to buy. So I'm already there. So let's keep it like this. So I want to see my schedule in a calendar format that I can see the week view and the daily view. What else? What else would I like to have on my application? Okay. I have already some recipes of dishes that I usually do. Um, so I want to have a possibility to manage this list, right? To manage adding more dishes, more recipes along time or along the way. Yeah, so I think that. So let's think. If I had to build this application for myself, what would I need? Uh, some a way to store like what I usually have for the meals, right? If it is meat or if it is fish or what it is, and then like a calendar where I can for each day select for dinner and for lunch what would be the dishes. So it's not that it doesn't seem to be that complicated, and I also it doesn't need to overcomplicate. Okay. So now that I've done this, let's click, and I need to sign up, of course. Of course, I need to sign. So I've been around. So let me just copy this, so we don't have to go through this process. And okay, let me just sign up for free. Okay, so you will see me signing up for free, signing with GitHub. That's interesting. I'll sign it with GitHub because it said it's going to generate code. So I think that I want to use my account. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna authorize my account. Okay. So what do you want to build? My role. What am I? Software developer. Where do I work? Well, let's use my real work, of course. A large company. What will we? Okay, I'll say project because I'm learning, right? How much coding experience do you have? Well, expert 5+ years. Okay. What are you looking to build with Lovable? Okay, I'm exploring it to understand, what are the potentials. What is the potential? What is the potential in building apps with Lovable? Okay. How did you hear from us? Well, I have to say that it was mainly by friends or colleagues. Yes. So let's continue. Okay, cool. Okay, now I hear him again. I didn't lose my prompt, which is really nice. So let's put this to work. Okay. So what it seems, okay, so it's using, well, it's okay. So it analyzed my prompt and it's actually explaining what is, oh, okay. It's using TypeScript to build an application. Okay, so it's building the application in front of my eyes. I didn't quite understood what this is. A config file. It is a config file. Okay, it's creating CSS. Okay, it's very interesting. Oh, okay, so it's doing things on the right and doing things on the left. I didn't realize. Okay, that we had to use scrolls. Okay, so on the left, okay, so it has a chat, let's call it bot, that is replying. Okay, I'm inspired to create a meal planning application that helps you manage your dietary needs. Okay, focus on help. I think it got what I got. So I didn't said anything about design, which is interesting, and Lovable is replying. By the way, I will avoid using E or I'll stick to the systems as it. Okay. I know when they will gonna be ruled by the machines, and I know we need to say please and thank you while we're working with these kind of tools, but I'll use the pronoun it. Okay, so it told me that's going to use okay, minimalist aesthetic of Apple's design principles. Okay, interesting. So what's going to build? going to build a clean, okay, weekly calendar view for meal planning, a daily view for the meal information, okay, recipe management, meal categorization, meal component tracking, okay, soup, main course, okay, intuitive drag and drop functionality for meal planning, okay, design elements, okay, white space, minimalist white space, soft neutral colors, crisp typography, smooth subtle animation. I have to say my expectations are getting high and high. Okay, so smooth subtle animations, glass morphism effects for cards and models, and consistent spacing and line. Okay, okay, let me create this for you. Okay, so it's creating. Okay, so it has, from what I'm understanding, what is happening is that's creating. Okay, so on the left we have the description of what's happening, and on the right it's generating code, and it's generating code. Okay, it's TypeScript, and I have everything to believe this is a React application, React.js application. Yeah, it is. Use state. Okay, so well, I'm not going to say, I'm going to pretend that I don't understand nothing about React. Well, I don't, I'm not a master in React. I have some knowledge, but well, I can understand the code that is being written, although I don't master it. But so from what I'm getting is I'm having my code being, so the descriptions on the right and so on the left, and the code generated, it's on the right. Okay, it's generating a lot amount of code, which is interesting. And again, from my expectation, what I will have in the end is I can connect this to GitHub, for example, and I can just put this in GitHub and then download and run it on my desk or my PC, or I can run directly in a server that can support running a React.js application, which is interesting that I'm now, as soon as these things are happening, I'm thinking, I'm watching the front end, right? So this needs a backend, right? So what backend? And I've seen they have here a button for Superbase. So I know Superbase, it's a tool for very helpful to create backends. Interesting to see if this is going to create something already also in Superbase or not. So, okay, so I've got my information here. Okay, so I've created a beautiful meal planning app. Okay, and this is my application. Okay, it looks like an Apple application, which I have to say that looks really nice. Okay, so I have the possibility here to switch to the mobile preview or or open the preview in the tab. Okay, cool. I'll click. I'm controlling myself. I'm feeling the urge to click everywhere, but let's not do that, of course. So let's check what we have here. So I created a beautiful meal plan app with minimalist design. Okay, weekly calendar view for meal planning, like I requested. Recipe. Okay. So what's next? So we got the application. What can I do next? So I can redefine and customize. Master prompting. Okay. Expand with backend. Okay. So my question was answered. Okay. So I can connect Superbase to add login, store data, and advanced AI features. I can transfer this to GitHub. I can debug with ease. Activate our experimental chat mode to troubleshoot issues quickly. Okay, and interesting. So maybe we need to explore that. Okay, and add product knowledge. So give me a second so I can type something here so I don't forget all of this. So I can. Let me just type this here. So I can connect, maybe it's something we need to connect with Superbase, which is interesting because again, like I'm like a project, I'm already thinking maybe I can connect this to an OutSystems backend, for example. Now also, okay, connect to GitHub. That's interesting also. So I can, then download the source and have the source on my side. What else? Yeah, debug with easy, right? Debug with ease. Okay, with the what's the called? Chat mode. Okay. I also want to try that chat mode. Cool. And add project knowledge. Set key context or custom instructions you want to include in every edit in the project. Okay, really don't really understand what this means, but okay. Okay, cool. So given that you store meal plans and recipes, you'll like need a backend. Connect Superbase to add login. Storebase, okay. And I have options here to help me also to read more. So now I have a build and successful. Okay. Maybe I can click there, but before clicking that, let me see what is happening. Okay, so I have my application here, manage recipes. Okay, it's looking cool. It's looking nice, right? So I have from my meal plan, my recipe. Okay, it has already some data with some sample images. I wish I was the one doing this dish, but my dishes don't look as neat as these ones. It has favorite, it has meat, it has fish, it has vegetarian. Interesting. Now I'm curious, Al. Again, I'm controlling myself to not losing focus because I want to know where is this data? How are we getting this data? What are we calling? Okay. So cool. So let's okay, can explore more things. Cool. Let's add a recipe. Okay, let's do the following. Let's put it like this. Okay. Let's open. Okay, and it's running. Okay, it has created on Lovable app. Oops, sorry. It has created, okay, a preview for me. So, okay, it's like a subdomain on Lovable app where this is running. Okay, cool. Okay, interesting. See, I wasn't aware. I didn't from that preview. I didn't even get that there was a, there was a scroll here. So it has the key features. This is, I have to say, this is really cool. Go to the calendar. This is really, really cool. So let's manage my recipes. Okay, that's where I was. Let's add a recipe here. Okay, well, interesting because I don't have my, okay. See, maybe it's because of my own screen resolution. I have a screen resolution so I can read because my eyes aren't that good in. But okay, let's change a little bit so we can see. So recipe name. Well, let's say we have. Well, this is in English, right? A very common. Let me think. What did I had yesterday for dinner? It was it was chicken breast with stewed. See, is it not like this? How do you write stewed? My God, I don't know how to write English. Sorry, stewed vegetables. Yeah, cool. Okay, brief description of the recipe. Now, a cool feature would be for me that after this, again, I'm always defocusing, getting some AI, to help me fill the descriptions and stuff like that. But one thing at a time. Okay. So, okay, this is this is a dish, a main course composed of marinated. Ooh, I look like a chef. Marinated, chicken breast. No, I just added, some garlic and some salt. Chicken breast. Let's say it was air fried. It's the thing of the moment. Do everything on an air fryer. Probably even ice creams on air fryer. Okay, air fried with stewed vegetables, also air fried. Sorry, I think I'm taking a lot of fun writing air fried. Also air fried with a line of olive oil. So it looks like poetic, you know. Okay, so category, let's say meat because it has chicken breast. So the main component in this kind is a main. Okay, cool. And it allows me to add ingredients. That's cool. Okay, cool. So let's add some ingredients here. So let's say this is, well, actually I'm doing this and I don't have any idea where this is going to be stored. Maybe it's in memory. Let's check that. Okay, so let's just say chicken. Let's not lose also much time here. So chicken and the name of vegetables in English. Sweet potato. Okay, step by step. 1, cook the chicken. Cook the chicken. 2, cook the vegetables. 3, oh, I don't know how to write vegetables. 3, join everything in a plate artistically. I don't know how to write artistically also. Okay, and 3, eat. Okay, preparation time. Let's say it's 14 minutes. Doesn't matter. Mark as favorite. Okay, cool. So let's save the recipe. Okay, interesting. See, it has created here the chicken breast with stewed vegetables. Now it's interesting. So it hasn't. So if you see on my form, I can change the data, but I have no way of changing my image. So maybe let me put that on my to-do list. So on my to-do list, let's say change the recipe image. Cool. Okay, nice. So add recipe, I think it's already explored. Cool. Now let's check the calendar. Okay. So the calendar has a view, right, for, let's say, this week. Okay. Let me see if there's anything being eaten by my resolution. Okay, no, that it isn't. It has this view, and does it have allow me to drag and drop? Because it said it would allow me to drag and drop stuff. Let's see that. No meal plan. Oh, what the heck? Okay, don't know what happened. Let's go back. Let's refresh. Okay, let's manage. No, get started. Okay, back to the calendar. Sorry, I have to put this bigger so I cannot read. Okay, so when I click, okay, nothing is happening when I click on the calendar. Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay, and this is a little bit unformatted. Okay, and let's check the next week. No meal plan again. It's the same. I think I'm already repeating myself. Clicking there and nothing is happening. But okay, so I can have my calendar. Let's just check. By the way, if this is correct, right? Today is 19th of March. So for those who are, well, I don't know. I don't actually know if this is worldwide, but it's at least in here in Portugal, it's the Father's Day. So to all the fathers and the fathers to be have a happy day. So yeah, it makes sense. So today, March 19, it's a Wednesday. Okay, so this is correct. Okay, so I think we have a pretty solid base to start, and I have to say I'm quite amazed with the quality of the UI. Well, we can see we have some glitches, right? But for the first take of an application that was created, I think it has a really neat design. So okay, Laos, following following here the instructions, I think now what we can do is we can continue and try to do something here. Now, this is very interesting because, like I said, I have no idea where this is getting my data. Let me just hard refresh this. Okay, so the data is probably in memory. Okay, let me do a little test here. So on the consoles, no errors on the consoles. Application, yeah, that's cool. Let's on the storage, on the local store. No, is it on the local storage? Is it something here? Okay, so it's being stored on the local storage. Okay, so I could have tried to check this in the code where it was, right? But guys, see here, here is the chicken breast with the stewed vegetables. Okay, interesting. Okay, this is cool. So, well, I won't delete this because if I delete this, I will lose my data, and I don't want to. I just want to test this. I don't want to break this. Okay, but it's cool. So I can see where the information is. Okay, so no black magic here, of course. Not expected to. Okay, so let's start with. Let's see what this error is. Okay, so build error. Okay, so I have a build error while doing it. So let's try to fix it. I don't know if we need to try to fix it or not, but because it's interesting, I think what the tool does, it's very interesting because it's doing a lot for me and generating the code, which is cool if you know how to code. But if I didn't know how to code, maybe I didn't know what would fix that would mean, and even know what would be the problem, right? Because I was checking the application. Okay, I fixed the error. Okay, it did a cast, a very classic in TypeScript way of fixing error or this kind of errors. So interesting. Let's see if this changed anything in the application because it has fixed and it has deployed, right? Okay, let's check on the calendar. This is the same. And if I click here, okay, it's the same. Cool. Okay. So, okay, ask Lovable. Okay, so let's say it's a really nice app, looking great. Let's start with the requests on the recipe uh, edit form. I would like to be able to change the recipe image. Ideally, if I'm not asking too much, I would like to be able to take a picture, right? Well, let's not overcomplicate. I would like to upload my own photo, right? Upload my own photo. Well, my own photo, it's not my personal photo of my face, right? It's of my recipes. No one is that egocentric, right? Okay, so Lovable is replying back saying it is implementing a feature to upload and preview the images on the edit form. So again, it's creating code for me, okay, which is cool because now I can see, okay, I can see the code viewer and I can see what is in here. Okay, cool. Right, so let's see what's being done here. Okay, so it's using Tailwind. This is a TypeScript, sorry, not this one. Where's the package.json? Okay, so I'm able to see whatever is being used from the construction of the application. So any developer that knows how to develop with React knows how to do this, understands what is in here. Now it's very interesting because nowhere, right, I was at least prompt or changing. So it's also, let me just point here, question to myself to answer later is, can Lovable, so my question is actually, can Lovable deploy code or generate, let's say generate code, right, in other language or framework, let's say, if not better language or framework than React? Because if you see it's well, it's using TypeScript, okay, but then it's the development, it's React JS, and it's using Vite, okay. So so it's interesting. I have that I have that question on here on my mind, okay. And it's using Tailwind. So Tailwind is a well, not CSS, but it's a front end framework to design the UI. So, or to style the UI. So let's see what we have here. So I've implemented the recipe image upload feature from our payment plan. Okay. Oh, it's telling me how to use it. Okay. Upload image, select an image file. Okay. Preview the image before saving the recipe. Stores an image as base 64 data. Okay. Which means, okay, cool. Now it's giving me some information. Okay. So it's saying refactor. Okay. The code. No, oh no, I did. I click it. I was just scrolling. No, no. Well, it doesn't matter. But it's giving me code hints. So not only, okay, this is interesting because, well, for people that know how to code, can understand what this is doing. So if we read refactor, so the advice. So Lovable, it's interesting because the solution is not only guiding me through the process in natural language, but it's also generating the code and giving hints about the code that it wrote, saying that this code could be better, and if you want to make it better. Okay, this is very interesting because what I can see here from the hints, again, my fault, of course. I know I should have probably read any kind of documentation or read anything before I start. I'm just diving into this. It's really interesting because it somehow hints that I can continue developing. So if I know React, and that's probably something that I'll try to do because I know just enough to do some stuff here. So this hints me that we can continue the development um, after the generation of the code, which leads me then to the next question, that is, and I'm sorry for just throwing questions out there, but how do we or is there a possibility of, this generates my code, then I go to my Visual Studio Code, I do a little bit of my code, and would it be possible for me to come back here and have Lovable continuing to help me? Just like, now I need your help, now I don't. Now I need your help, now I don't. So would that be possible? So let me just write that down here, maybe. Okay. Can we have bidirectional, let's call it bidirectional, at least I know what I'm writing for myself, so I know what this means. Can we have bidirectional interaction between Lovable and our custom, let's say custom code, custom code changes? Okay, that would be interesting, right? So I usually don't. Sorry, I've been talking for a lot of time and I haven't seen any comments. Let me just give me some time just to check the comments here. Yeah. Okay. But the agreements make all the work for me. Okay. Well, there's a suggestion here. Let me just put the suggestion here. That would be from Alexander. You could have just asked the level chat to add a recipe generated based on main ingredients and make level do all the work again. Cool. Yeah, that would be. That was what I was asking for the recipes. Okay. Um, cool. So going back here to my application. So we refactored my application. Let's just come here and refresh this. Also, I'm a little bit intrigued on how this works on the back end. If this is, creating a container for me and this is running my container, if it is other kind of technology, how this is working on the back. So that's also on the back of my mind. But let's keep on what we're doing. So managing recipes, chicken breast with stewed vegetables, my classic. Okay, and you can see that it changed my UI. And now I not only have the recipe name and description and all of that, I also have the image. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do, let's say this. Let's ask ChatGPT. So something like generate me an image. Generate an image. Let's say let's say with above to illustrate. Sorry, my English to illustrate chicken breast with stewed vegetables, which my English is poor. With a, a dish that is what? That is a main course composed of marinated. And okay, let's ask for this image. Let's see how it goes. And I think what we can do is after this, we're gonna just, oh, I have to say mine looks way better than this, but I'll use this one anyway, okay? Let me just download this, or ooh, I can download this, cool. Well, that's a very complicated name. Oh, let's see if the application accepts our WebPM. Okay. Oh, it doesn't. It does it? Oh, let's see. Oh, it does. Okay. And let's just save the recipe. Well, here it is. Cool. Okay, that's very interesting. See the card moving. That's really cool. Once again, let me go to my developer curiosity. Where is this storing my image? Interesting. Well, I thought, it's a base 64. Okay. Okay. Cool. It is, right? So base 64 to image. I think that's what it is, right? Because yes, I can send everything. It isn't. Okay, maybe it's because of the format, right? Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, so it has created this. Okay, this looks really neat. Okay, let's continue on my calendar. Okay, like calendar. Okay, so first things first. Let's say, for the sake of, I know, I'm laughing because it looks like, well, I've started well in my career. I've delivered projects for customers, and I sometimes I laugh before I speak because I'm repeating words that I've heard when I was delivering projects that usually I wouldn't like to hear. So in this case, what I was going to say is, I know I asked for 1 week on the plan, each page, right? A weekly plan, but it looks like it's going to be really crammed, even if you try to do some uh, magic here. But in terms of the experience, it's like trying to have the Google Calendar on your phone with the entire week. It gets everything gets really really compressed. So let's ask Lovable to change the calendar instead of doing this like 1 week. And I will be polite and I will say I'm sorry, of course. And I say I'm sorry. Uh, I'm sorry that I asked for a weekly view. The data seems a little bit compressed. Can you change? Can you change it to be a 3-day view? Like Google Calendar. Better. See, another flashback of the past when I'm delivering projects. Someone asks you something and he's asking and he says, "No, better. Allow me to change the view from 3 days to 1 week." I don't want to be the person that knows how I know UX and UI. I don't know that. Choose the best UX for that. Okay, I'll leave it in the hands of Lovable. I have to say that I'm using a free version, right? So this has got to stop somewhere. I haven't said this yet, but I've been thinking this while I'm typing and doing stuff that is okay. Somewhere it's gonna say, okay, you probably are asking too much, and we need to stop. And I completely understand because I think we all understand that there's no black magic in these kind of applications or solutions, right? So these need to have AI models running on the back, and everybody knows that AI models are not that cheap. Well, to train, it's like Gen AI, it's really, really expensive. Only a few companies can do, but to train, you can do it, or to fine tune, or to work on top of them. It's cheaper, but it's not cheap. Okay, so let's say it's more affordable, not cheap. Um, but it's there's got to be a limit somewhere, I think. Okay, so it's building. So Lovable is answering back saying it will implement a feature to switch between 3-day view. Okay, and it's already doing that. And it has updated the calendar component and it has a today button. It looks like the one in, the today it's a life savior on Google Calendar. I was once lost in a week after and I didn't understand why I was missing my appointments, and then I realized that I just needed to click the today to go back. So, but okay, it fixed the calendar UI, the grid, added point events auto to the chat C and calendar component to ensure proper interaction. Okay, it's going down technically, so pointer events auto. And improve the visual distinction for the current day by adding a colored border. Okay, here we go. Let's test this. Okay. Okay. So the border that it was speaking about, it's this one. So I know this is my day, and I can see from a 3-day work and a week work. Okay. Let's look at the week. Okay. Still a little bit broken here, like you said, like you've seen. But let's say the 3 days pretty much interesting. And now I can move for the future and for the things. Well, it's interesting to see the way it's rendering. Probably we can add something here to make this a little bit better. This rendering, add or ask for. So if we go to today, okay. I don't want to, like I said, I know we're gonna have a limit. I know we are gonna hit a wall somewhere, but and I know it's just a little UI detail, but I've been working in front end I worked in front end development along for many years, and these are the kinds of things that disturb me. I'm really sorry for that. So I know I'm gonna spend some of my possible credits here saying, okay, that was good. Can you so let's can you improve the can you improve when we change um, the week or 3-day period using the paginator? Can you improve the it's not animation. Well, let's go there. You can you improve the change? Not change. I'm missing the word. Let's see if even with not the right words, can you improve the let's say animation? Okay, when you change the week. Okay, if necessary, show a loading um, a loading message. Show me a loading message. What? Let's say I don't. Let's see. What I don't want is to see the bump of the new. See the bump of the new row appearing before the other disappears. Well, really poor written. I don't know how to write disappear again. Also, poorly written. Let's see if Lovable is if it matters. Well, actually, this again, everything in here is taking me back to my past. So yeah, it's sometimes customers, people in general, as you can see, have difficulty in explaining what they want using the right words. I know communication is key, but let's see if with this really clunky explanation. So you've seen what I was trying to explain is when I do this, right? I don't want this bump here to happen. So I rather have like a loading and then I have my calendar slightly fading in than doing this bump. So let's see what's being done. So it's actually rewriting code, right? Which is really interesting. To see. Okay, so it says already. Okay, it's done. Okay, let's look. It's going to use refactoring. Did I click anything? No. Oh, it can says that it can refactor the calendar. Let's not go there right now. Let's look at the calendar that was updated. Oh, it was so much nice. No, maybe I need to. Okay, you didn't do what I was expecting. I've improved the calendar view. Now, when you navigate, the calendar will slide with the proper direction. Okay, let's say. Okay, maybe let me close this. Let's see if I can have my calendar. No, it's okay. It's not. It's not. Oh, I'm sad because I was having really great. Okay, because although my explanation was not that good, I thought it was going to improve, but I can refactor the calendar. So let's refactor, see what. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so you've reached your free messaging limit for today, and we lost you. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna upgrade to starter, at least not today, not in this session. I don't want to share my credit card number with all of you in the session. But it's interesting because now it takes me to an interesting question that is, how can I get back to what I had? Because, see, I would like to dismiss this last step. Restore. Maybe come here. Okay, if I restore. Restore to an earlier version. Okay, let's look at this. Oh, come on. Is it in memory? Unfiltered switch to 3 views. Okay. Ah, so sad. Ah, see the loading? Cool. Yeah, the concept is cool, but the execution was not the best. But it doesn't seem to be a very big problem. Maybe if I could just, maybe I shouldn't be inspecting the CSS to see why is this so small. P24 display grid. It has. Well, now I'm just geeking out on this. Sorry. The template columns. Oops, sorry. Okay, let's not waste time here. But I was expecting when I saw this, I was expecting to see my code, the code that I had back here, right? And I could recover, because before this I think it was cool, right? Yeah, that was good. So yeah, I was thinking if I had restored this one, which is interesting, is if I let me go one back, can I restore this one? And if I go to recipes and I'm gonna change my image, what sorry, I don't know even what I did. It just no, it just refactored because I clicked. It had the image. So let's go back one more to this one, right? Because in this one we didn't have the image upload, right? Correct. We didn't have. Okay, cool. So we can navigate on the versions, right? What happened here? So we couldn't see. So I'm going back here. I refactored the code. Now in here I had the image. I refactored the code. Yeah, but and so if I recover this one, right? I was expecting to see all the code that I had before that, my suggestion that broke the UI. So let me see if I can do something from here. Manage recipes. I can add the recipe. That's cool. Yeah, but no. So sad. Um, mm, mm, mm. Well, interesting. Well, I'm laughing because now that I don't want to pay more, I need to solve this with my own hands, right? Um, interesting. So what I think that I'm going to do now, well, since I've already used my credits here, of course, um, what I'm going to do is one of the two things. Let me check my list. So I can explore connecting with Supabase. Hopefully I can still do it without charging more. Connected with GitHub, and debug in the chat mode. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Maybe what I can do first. Let's click probably first the Supabase. Let's see if there's any comments here before. Yeah. So, oh, I've seen trying to see some comments. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was trying to see if we have some really nice comments. I was seeing if we had any question. The comments are always interesting. So let's try to go for the super base. And actually, we have a publish button here. Okay, but let's not get distracted. Super base. If I click here, what's going to happen? Connect to add authentication, store data, or call third-party APIs. Okay, let's connect Superbase. I don't know if I have a Superbase account with this account that I'm using. Let me because I don't know if you realized I didn't even read anything on the previous step when I was logging in, signing up for Lovable. So let me just authorize Superbase. In this one, I just read it a little bit more. What am I expecting? Okay, let's talk about management expectations. So what I'm thinking about is that if I connect to Superbase, somehow Lovable will take the services, if we're gonna call like that, that it's calling to write the data into my local storage, as you've seen when I showed you. And instead of that, using those definitions would create for me the database in Superbase, at least the structure, and just connect everything magically. Let's see if user to improve your services, first party cookies, should I accept or not? Let's accept. Okay, so let's create an organization. Okay, bazinga.org. Yes, free please. And let's create the organization. Cool. So let's see what happens, right? I don't know if we're expecting the same. Okay, it's API access, return right, SSO, Postgres. Just trying to understand what this is going to do. Okay, API keys, store buckets. Well, maybe if I was on a paid, I wouldn't be so comfortable in letting so many permissions, but since it's a free one and it has limits, right? I'll authorize. And let's see what is happening. So it's going to connect into Supervise. Okay. Okay, so connect to a project. Projects, create a new project and another organization. No, not this one. Okay, create a new project. So it's going to open Supervise. It's going to be, okay, so it's going to say meal planner. Let's call it backend. Type a strong password. Yeah. Okay, choose my own. Okay. That's nice to see that this password is strong. Okay, let's stay for this. What connections? I've used very lightly Superbase in the past, so I know what it is, but I'm not. Well, I'll just create a new project like everything in development. Just next, and here we go. Okay, save. Do I want to save? Yeah, no, I don't want to save. Okay, so it created me a new project. Okay, cool. So let's go back here to Lovable. It has found my project. Let's connect them. And let's connect. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, cool. So to do that, okay, I would have to upgrade. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Now, maybe I can then check the documentation because I'm really curious to know if this was going to create all of the backend for me. Because if it would be very interesting. I've, how am I going to do this? Because I was thinking that what I could do would be using OutSystems to create the backend. exposing REST APIs and then going back here to my Lovable and just ask it to, hey, I have this API here, and just whatever you're doing the recipes, don't do it on the local storage, just do it on my backend. Yeah, that would be have been interesting. Let's see how we can do that. Okay, so Supabase, okay, it connected. It allowed me to connect the two. I was expecting that probably would help me, creating the projects. I don't know if anyone has also done this on their side that, has I have any idea if this would have created everything in Supabase. I could read the manual. So, okay, let's connect you to GitHub. By the way, I've seen this icon here. I haven't clicked it yet, but let's click now. Okay, so this changes to a mobile device format, which is kind of cool. And let's manage the recipes. And this is the scroll. I was saying, why is this unformatted? But it's a scroll. It has horizontal scroll, but because this is too big. Okay, but this is pretty interesting. Let's see. Oh, I lost my recipes. Well, this is in local storage, so it's normal. Interesting. And when I add a recipe, yeah, I can click and add. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, I lost my scroll. Did I? Maybe I lost the scroll. Okay. Anyway, let me check if I open this. It's not. It doesn't open. Maybe I'm used to our preview, right? Where we see the preview in. Well, but I can always do this, right? I can always do this, and let's do this, and let's do okay. And let's say this, I want this on an iPhone SE because it's the phone that I kind of have. So I like, okay, cool. Manage recipes. Yeah, here we have that problem, but oops, what happened there? Okay, cool. Yeah, but this loses the scroll. So, okay. Well, this is the first take on the applications, right? So we also need to be aware of that. But this is cool. So, okay, so I already explored this. I've already also explored the Supabase, and well, so let's connect to GitHub, okay, and let's see what happens. And authorize all repos. All repos. Okay. Well, let's say all repos. Repos. Okay, let's install and authorize. If necessary, then I can remove all of that. Okay, so it's connected to GitHub. Did it give me any instruction? Edit. Okay, creating Bazinga, right? By the way, for those of you who are not aware, Bazinga is my dog. So everything I do in these kind of things, I do it in his name. So I'm not liable for anything that happens here. So everything is on his name. So the GitHub is on his account. The email is on his account. So nothing can be pinned on me. Okay, so it has created, let me just see it on GitHub, and here it is. Okay, cool. So I got my project info. So what's this? Okay, so it's going back here to the Lovable. Let's call it IDE, right? I think it's a little bit more than, well, it's not. I don't know if to call it. It's the IDE. What it's the place where you work. Let's call it like that. Okay, so let's start prompting. Okay, this is pretty much simple. I'm trying to keep this. How do I deploy this project? That's also a very interesting question. We don't support custom domains yet. Okay, so sorry, I'm going out of time. So let me try to just unlock this here. So, okay. Let's copy this. Let's go to my command line. And I don't think probably seeing the command line, right? You're not seeing command line. No, you're not. No, you're not. So if you're not seeing it, let me show you my command line. Oh, here we go. CD documents / projects. Cool. Now let's do a git clone here of this. Cool. And now we're going to get, oh, repository not found. How come? How come? How come? How come? Sorry. Give me a second. Clone using this web URL. It's wrong. It's this, right? Let me stop. Let me share. Let's now it's when things start getting interesting. Okay. So I got my URL here, right? Why it said it doesn't? Yeah, it's this one. So the instructions are actually pretty simple. I just need to git clone my project. So why wouldn't I be able to do that? Repository not found. Strange. Couldn't be that hard, right? Well, let's go to GitHub desktop. Okay. And on GitHub desktop, I can let me give me a second because I need to find out why this is not working. Okay, so git clone your git URL, right? This is my git URL. I don't need to use this. Well, let's use the okay, let's clone using GitHub desktop, which is personal shame for me because I was going to do it command line. So I've got the meal maven scheduler. It's this one, and I'm gonna fetch, and I'm gonna get the data. Domain. I didn't. No local changes. So where is this? Windows. So this says, I think it didn't work also because I'm going to find this on my, I think the target for this was my desktop. Come on. Okay, let's try to see repository. Clone a repository. Okay. Okay. Now I don't want to do this on Bazinga project. I want to do this on document / project / let's create a new folder here. It is meal. Okay, and let's go clone. Okay. Okay. Let me just check really quick if I have that there. documents. Maybe you're not seeing that part, right? Projects, meal. It's written M. Meal. Oh, and it's here. Okay, cool. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this in Visual Studio Code so we can give it a look on what is our code. Okay, so I only managed with GitHub desktop to install. I don't know exactly, I didn't quite understood why. So I'm just gonna open Visual Studio Code. Okay, and now I'm going to open the folder under the folder that I have. It is documents / projects / meal / Maven's schedule. Okay, select the folder. So here it is. So I got my code here, right? And well, let's go to a terminal and let's say npm install. So it's going to download all the dependencies and all of that. See the node modules, it's already downloading all of that. Let's hope this works in the first time, okay? So this is actually regular development of people that are used to, so for all of you that are used to working with React.js, and I'm not doing anything here special, right? So I just imported the project, I just cloned the project, I've changed it, and I've just, well, used the npm install. And now let's look at the package JSON. Do we have any scripts there? Yeah, we have the script for dev, for build, for preview. Okay, so let's say, and it's a classic of, well, let's run dev. Let's see what happens, right? It's gonna use Vite, so npm run dev. The script is dev, yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. It has, it's compiling, it's running, and let's see what we got. And let me show you that really quick. I got the okay, cool, on localhost 80 port 8080, and it's running. Cool. I have to say that I'm really impressed with the fact that I did npm install and it just installed everything one shot. I didn't have to do any upgrades to any library or anything like that, because usually this kind of stuff gets outdated really quick, and then there are packages with vulnerabilities and stuff like that. So I have to say on that one, I was really impressed. So get started. It has, oh, interesting. So I'm not seeing the latest version of the code that I've requested. Right? If you remember, well, we can go back, always go back here, right? If we go here, so here you see it's the one that is running on the cloud. And okay, what happened? No, I'm seeing, why am I seeing it? Interesting. Interesting. I have to say I'm a little bit confused, right? Because, okay, what did I restored refactor form into smaller components? Come on, I'll improve. Okay, let's restore this one. Okay, it's apparently it's restored. Okay, restore to version. So if I come here, now I see this one, right? Okay. Oh, maybe did I restore this one by mistake? Okay, so now now of course, this is the one that I'm running locally. It won't have the changes. So what I'm going to do is let's sync this to GitHub. Is will commit changes to the main. Did it commit anything? I'm a little bit lost here. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm mumbling a little bit. But so what happened was we have created so we have linked our GitHub repo to Lovable, okay, which is interesting. Then when we connected, Lovable created my source code. Okay, it's okay. Then after that, I'm doing changes here, and how do I see that in GitHub? Is it automatically, or or do I need to force it? 1 minute ago, implement calendar viewer options. What's this commit? Go today. So this is the okay. So if I have here, oh, okay, I will fetch. Okay, but I don't see so many changes, right? Or do I have? Let's go back to localhost. Okay. Whoa. So from what I've understood, as soon as I change something here, it makes a commit in my repo, okay? And after that, well, my Vite as I came to GitHub desktop, I pushed the latest version, and Vite, and with the configurations already understood there was a new version, and just build it again without me asking it, because it's the way that it's configured, and it created the code here. But now it's interesting because I have a discrepancy between the code that I'm running on my machine and the one that I have here. Now the question is it the code that is different, or is it just a preview? Oh no, now it's good. Oh, come on. I think I hope I have why eyewitnesses with me here, because this wasn't like this, right? I didn't do anything, did I? I don't think so. Am I getting crazy? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm getting crazy. Maybe that's what people are here for, to see me getting crazy with tech. And now it's not even, come on. See, now it's not even doing the pump. What is going on here? But come on. See, on my preview, I'm seeing this on my preview, right? I'm seeing this. Well, let's start closing stuff. Okay. Okay. Let's close. Okay. So on my preview, I'm seeing this. In here, sorry, not on calendar. I'm seeing this. Okay. So on the preview, I'm seeing something different that I'm seeing. Why is this? Is it because of the form factor? No, it's not. Wow. Okay. Okay. Still the same. Don't know why it's different. And if I go to my local host, It's 8080, right? If I go to my calendar here, I'm seeing this difference. See when I change the page, it just moves, and here, oh no, here it's doing the same, right? Okay, cool. So this code is the same as that one, but not on the when I run here. Okay, interesting. So if I just refresh here, nothing changed, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, interesting. So every time I change something there, it creates me a new commit here on GitHub. So if I can see here, yeah, it's creating something, which is, I have to say, a little bit puzzling, at least for me, of course. That is, so only a couple of minutes ago, I connected, right, to the Lovable to my GitHub. But it's interesting because I have commits with 1 hour ago, which was like, well, for me, 10:38 or more, which I wasn't connected to GitHub. Okay, interesting. Well, so, but the concept, okay, the things are connected, and now what I can do, right, is on my VS Code, right? Let's change something. So I think my test here, and again, I know I could do this in a different way. I know I could read the documentation, right? I could know what I'm doing, right? But the sole purpose of this session is just fully exploring this, um, to see how a person that has some experience with other tools, with previous knowledge, handles um, this in this case, Lovable. Okay, so let me try to do that. One of the things that I'm going to do is, let me just do something really simple. That is, I'm going to change this icon, the thing that's called home, to something like my home or something like that. Okay, let's not overcomplicate. Let's not overcomplicate this. This can already be um, more complicated. Okay, so let me show you my VS Code, and well, let's do a search by home. Let's not do this rocket science, right? Name home, path icon, navigation. Okay, name home. Let's call this my home. Okay, let's compile. It has updated, right? And okay, and let's see if this has any success, right? Let me just go here and see. Well, I don't even have to refresh anything because this is auto refresh because of what? Okay, so my home, cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit this change to my to my repo to see and see what happens. Changed. Hello. Commit to main. Here we go. Push origin. Here we go. And now let's go to GitHub again. I know you probably didn't see what I was doing, but let's look at the commits here. And so Bazinga the dog just committed and just changed his header. I don't know why I even wrote that. But yeah, it's here the my home. Okay. Some changes are because I have some my own rules of tidying up the code. So, but there's no major differences. Okay. Okay. So here they are. Now, interesting enough, let's look at Lovable, and it has my own. Very, very interesting. So I didn't do anything. Well, I didn't do anything in terms of I didn't have to go to GitHub to do anything. So there is bi-direction here between what I'm doing in Lovable and doing on the code that that I have. So I have no absolutely now I have absolutely no excuse for not fixing anything that Lovable cannot do for me, and then I can do it as a developer. Although I don't master React enough, to to do something at least that wouldn't shame me in front of you. But it's really interesting to see this connection between getting the having the application being built. I don't know if it is by Lovable or with Lovable. I think probably the value one of the value propositions that it's helping you code. Although it says that you can write code. What was the claim that I saw in the beginning? Lovable. That the claim was build high quality software, build high quality software without writing code. So that part is covered, right? Of what I wanted to explore. So I've got my changes on my local host running on my desktop. And now I have also those changes here on Lovable. And it's really and it has it detected the external commit. Cool. This is very cool. Um, so I don't know maybe what this icon does. Okay, what's this? What is this? View history. Okay, okay, cool. And okay, so maybe we can let me just check my notes. What things that I wanted to do? They had the chat mode to debug, but probably since I have already already how do you say already exhausted my free limits or my free credits. Maybe I don't know if I can do this, but let's see if we can do something. What? Let's see a project settings. Okay, settings. Level batch, show height, rename the project, remix this project. What's remix? Okay, no, not that. Okay, cool. Domains. It's my domain, a domain of your own. Yes, of course. GitHub, knowledge. Add custom context and instructions for your project. Lovable will use it in every edit. Okay, that one of the claims that they had was that you can add your custom context. Okay, this is interesting. So there are a lot of things here that I would like to explore, but I cannot now, not say, because I won't be able to try it. In the Superbase, yeah, it's what we've been doing. So how is that debugging thing? What's this attach? Okay, so our files probably edit. Select and edit. Oh. Okay. Okay, so also I can also change stuff here. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so let's explore this calendar. Now the calendar is working, right? But it's working, but wait a moment, I don't think the calendar is doing exactly what I want, right? Because when I change, it's doing this thingy, right? But when I asked, so let's see history again. Now let me see if I can pick the right history. So fixed style, implement new plan management app. It's the other way around, of course. The more common around the most recent are on the top. Improve calendar navigation animation. Okay, let's restore this version. Remember, this was the one that then got a little bit broke down, and it still is, right? And if I test it here, it's like this, right? And if I test outside, it's also like this, right? Okay. Now, one last thing. Let me just push this to my own repo, local repo, of course. I'm just pushing it, and if everything goes right, I should lose my change in the header, right? And I should be able to, well, to see the same. Right? You see, it says home. Okay. Now it's broken, like we wanted. So finally, something's not working. Okay, so let me just explore this a little bit here. So what can I do? Let's exit here. Okay, let's see what I can do with this edit. This can goes to the individual divs. Okay, this element can't be styled. Okay, interesting. A div cannot be styled. Maybe I need to understand what style means, right? This button. Okay, the button can be styled. Okay, but the div, so everything that's like a component probably can be, and something that is like an HTML element like this. No, H2 also allows. Maybe it's this because it's too generic. I don't know. Oh, this one? Okay, because this is a button. Okay, this one. I can also, and this one, and this one. Maybe I cannot edit this because it's maybe inside the control, that it's not controlled like it's I don't know if no, come on. Okay, the element can't be styled. Okay. Because what I wanted to do, of course, would be to understand why, let's say reset styling. Let's see what happens. Okay, interesting. Background inherit, border radius, advanced. What's advanced? Can I write enter custom? Oh, tailwind classes. Okay. I am not knowledgeable enough to know something about. Okay, but that's cool. Let's do an experiment, a really fast experiment. So I got this right, and let me see. Let me expect. Now the main problem here, right, is that these folks here, right? So this would fill everything. Yeah, it's this one, right? Opacity, grid template, repeat, grid template columns, min max 0.1 FR. Because this one is taking the entire size, right? And this one is not. Okay, let's try to do something here in the GPT. Okay, so let's say, okay, I have a div with this CSS. Let's see if this works. Just context. Don't do math. Okay. Cool. Now let's keep on doing. So now what we need, it has width 100%, or maybe is it no? Because this one, I was thinking if it was the ones on the inside or the outside. Maybe we get some. Let's see. Let's keep. Well, let's do the somehow this div is not occupying. Ooh, occupying so well, poorly written is not filling. That's more. It's not filling 100% of the parent. Any suggestion? Okay. Agreed. No, maybe I need to give some more context. Because this one, right, is playing grid. This one is taking all the space. Let's look. Wow, data component. Grid W full. Why doesn't this take? Does this have min width? Let's just check. Or does this have a max width or something like that? I don't even know, of course, what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make this work, which would be really interesting because I could put something like there. But so this is display grid. I'm not familiar with display flex, not with display grid. Anyone in the audience that just by looking at this saying, "Oh, how dumb you are!" It's really simple. You just need to do X. No, not really. Maybe not really. Okay. So, well, I would really like to fix this, but still going back because I want to stop in 6 minutes. I haven't still understood what was that code. What was the name? Let me check my notes again. Debug with ease chat mode. Okay, let me just, well, maybe now I'm going to the documentation. Okay, learn. How do I implement this? With chat mode. So Lovable goes beyond just connector assistant. I think it's debugging. Oh, I'm not going to see the video, right? Oh, maybe I can see the video. It doesn't have closed captions. Account setting. Oh, maybe I need to have that activated. Let me check the account settings. Maybe I don't, since I don't have a paid account, maybe I don't have that. Maybe I don't have that. Account settings. Profile, my Bazinga profile. Account settings. Labs chat mode. Ask lovable questions without making edits. I think it's this, right? Well, I cannot do any more chat modes. Yeah, it's that. I cannot do any more. I don't think. Let me see if I can make questions chat modes. Okay, let's activate. Do I need to save or is it self? No, I've got my plans, accounts. Okay, it's here. So let's get back to here. And sorry, I got lost. But I'm back. So a chat mode. Okay, let's go back to Lovable to what? How do I find my projects? Here it is. Okay. Mode. Oh, okay, cool. Chat only. Nice. Cost one message. See that? Oh, maybe I cannot do this. Okay. Any idea? Well, does it would make sense for me to be in the page on this side. I was expecting this, so it could have context on this. Any idea why the days in the calendar don't fit, don't aren't. That's it. Feeling the parent. This is. No, I cannot. Okay, so I've exhausted all my credits. Well, I was planning on stopping in a couple of minutes, and I will do that. I was also planning probably to schedule another session for the afternoon to continue exploring. Although, well, I've been seeing a lot and I've been exploring, and it's been really fun to do this. So what I will do is I will try to find a way to get probably some more credits, and if so, maybe on the afternoon it makes sense for me to continue because a lot of this, of course, depends on the quantity that we of the quantity of messages that we can exchange with Lovable, of course. And if not, I won't be doing. I'll just be exploring documentation, so it's not be as going to be fun as experimenting. So if you, well, for those who are interested, then I will share if there's a new event that you can attend. After this, of course, everything will be recorded, so you can check later if you're also interested. This is also interesting for me because I'm exploring this completely free, and I will revisit all of these later on. So that's it, I think, for all of you. That stayed with me. I really want to first I want to thank you, but I think I hope you enjoyed at least as much as I enjoyed because for me it was really fun. And well, let's see if this is something that we can continue doing or not. But hopefully this has been enlightening also to you as it has been to me. So um, I will if I'm able to get more credits, I will then continue later on during the day. I will continue the exploration of Lovable. So for everyone, if I don't see you, have a great day, and again, happy Father's Day for everyone.